I've been running my AI agency for over a year now, and I'm here to tell you that starting an AI automation agency in 2026 is not the move. And look, I'm not saying that you can't make money. I'm not saying that you can't be successful with starting an AI automation agency. I'm just saying that there's better options and it's not optimal. It's not the best thing to do. I know this because I've made over 3,000 cold calls for my AI agency. I've booked over 100 meetings. I've gotten plenty of yeses and gotten plenty of no's, so I know what's working and I know how it goes. Excuse that last part, excuse the rhyme. I just thought I wanted to be funky because I'm wearing a funky headband, so I just wanted to be funny. But anyways, back to all seriousness here. In this video, I'm going to talk about why I don't think it's the best thing to start an AI automation agency in 2026, what to do instead, and actually how to go about that new thing to do instead so you can get results for yourself. If that sounds good and you like the crazy bandana I'm wearing, be sure to like this video and drop a sub. I just really appreciate it. It's good for the YouTube algorithm, and I'd really appreciate it for the second time. Okay, let's quickly talk about what an AI automation agency is and how it operates. So essentially, an AI automation agency owner would go to a business and they would come to it with a particular automation. At least starting out, you start out with a niche. So whether it's lead gen or AI receptionist, AI call taking, or maybe proposal generation automation. I go to a business owner and I would say, hey, the way you're drafting proposals right now is manual. I'm going to give you an automation to make that process a lot quicker and save you time week to week. That's an example of what an AI automation agency owner would do. But the first problem with that whole frame, and I'll talk about a couple problems, is that the thing about business owners and the thing about all humans, if we're being honest, is that we are psychologically resistant to change. So to give you an example, social media marketing has been around for almost 10 years now, but business owners are only starting to take it seriously now, to be honest, or at least in the past year or two. A lot of business owners still don't take it seriously, even though it's the most powerful thing. But the point is, it takes time for business owners and people to adopt the new thing. Even though it's valuable, it's hard to change the way you're already doing things. So even though AI automation and implementing it into your business operations is valuable, it is difficult for business owners to do because of the psychological resistance humans have to change. Sorry, I can't talk. Anyways, I'm going to give you a quick example or a quick story that I actually experienced that illustrates this point the best. I was doing my cold calls. I was calling residential house painters, so painting contractors. The live stream of me actually making this call is somewhere on my other personal channel, Adam Jordan Talks. But anyways, making this cold call, I booked a meeting with this painter who said he was missing calls, so we booked the meeting. And we uncovered in that meeting, when he joined it, that he missed 8 calls that month that he didn't even call back, right? So let's say he's missing around 30 calls per month. He called back 22 and probably ended up converting some of them into a consultation, but 8 of those missed calls were never even called back. So essentially, 8 leads out the drain due to a missed call. So what I was telling this particular business owner is that if you were to implement this AI receptionist into your business and it would capture and convert just 1 of those 8 missed calls, you get your money back and you get a positive return, and your business operations are officially more efficient and you should be generating more revenue. But guess what? He still said no. Why would he say no if you can make him more money for his business implement? He said no, not because of the value. And he said no, not because the value was unclear. He knew the value was clear. It was so logical. It was so clear. Everybody knows he would have made more money. He said no because he didn't want to change his current operations. Point being, when you pitch an automation to a business owner and ask them to change how they're already doing things, it's not easy. Even though you're providing value, it's not easy. A lot will say no, and there's a better way to go about that process that I'm going to talk about later in this video. But before I do that, let me just say another reason why I think operating an AI automation agency in the way that I'm talking about it in this video isn't optimal, and it's because a lot of AI automations are quickly becoming commoditized. Let's take AI receptionists for example. Traditionally, and the way we did it too, is we were selling AI voice agents and AI receptionists for up to $500 a month. I know people who are selling them for way more, but the thing is, now you have companies like RingCentral, you have companies like Jobber, CloudTalk, and a lot of these native CRMs, a lot of these CRMs have native AI receptionists and AI voice agents integrated with their platform already for under $100 per month. Some as low as like $50 per month. So why would it make sense for a business owner to spend $500 on an AI receptionist when they have one for $50 in the CRM and in the existing tool stack that they already use? And even though that may sound discouraging, there is a statistic that's floating around in the AI agency community that seems kind of discouraging at first. I think I said discouraging twice in the same minute, but anyways, it seems kind of discouraging at first, but when you dig a bit deeper into it and what it actually means and what it's implying, it uncovers an actual opportunity for all of us in this AI space. And the stat goes something like this. I'm just paraphrasing, but it's the concept that matters. Around 90% of AI automations that are deployed in businesses fail. And when I say fail, I mean they're no longer to be continued to be active. So a lot of 90% of businesses who adopt an automation, whether it's a lead gen automation, proposal generator, whatever it is, they pilot it, they test it, but then they don't continue using it. 90%. But what that means is not that AI automations are not valuable to businesses, because they are, obviously. What it means is that business owners need more guidance on which automations to adopt for their businesses, how to adopt them in order for them to actually get a positive return on investment by adopting this automation, and ultimately continue to use this automation as they grow their business. Okay, now let's talk about the actual opportunity, AI consulting. Business owners need guidance on how and where to implement AI automations in order to get an actual return on investments and continue rolling out the automations that they've acquired from either an agency or themselves. To do that, we do something called the doctor model, okay? And I'm trying to make this clear in your head by giving you this analogy. You would never find a doctor who prescribes a medicine to a patient without doing an examination, okay? I'm not going to give someone antidepressants if I don't even know they're depressed. You see what I'm saying? So we do the same thing with businesses, and we do this through what's called an AI audit. Instead of just giving a business an automation that we think they need, we have to do an examination process first to actually diagnose their problems. The same way a doctor examines a patient before prescribing a treatment. And we do this through an AI audit. So I would AI audit a business, and I get them to run through their operations, and then I find the problems, okay? So I find the things and I diagnose them with certain problems, and then I come through with the prescribed automations that would fit for them. And the point of this is that that's exactly how you get a business to be in the 10% that actually has an automation that works and drives a return on investment. Let me quickly distinguish the difference between the traditional AI agency model we were just talking about with this AI consulting model. With the AI automation model we were just talking about, you're pushing an automation. Hey, let me give you this lead gen system / automation. Hey, let me give you this proposal generation system. This time we're pushing a diagnosis. Hey, let me find your problems. Hey, let me just see if I can see any leaks or inefficiencies in your business. But here's the difference that circles back to what we were talking about. The new AI consulting approach doesn't require the business owner to change what they are doing yet, right? Because as we were talking about, humans have a psychological resistance to change. But guess what? When you push an automation, you're asking them to change. When you push, let me just find some problems, they don't have to change a thing. That's the difference. Ultimately, the automations that we're selling and we're giving to business owners don't change. It's the approach. One's through the audit to build trust, then we give them the automation, and the other one is just straight, let me change your business with this automation. You see the difference, okay? And you see why this works. Trust. Now, quick value on how to go about this process. You want to get 5 free audits out of your way. You do this through your warm network. This is so simple to do. You go to your friends, your family, anyone you know who has a business, and you say, let me conduct this AI audit. Here's how it works. I do a 1-hour call with you, so it's an examination call, and they talk to you for an hour straight. You listen to them, you build rapport with them, you build the connection, you build the trust, and you get their problems. You record it with Fireflies or Fathom AI, you record the transcript. Then you say, okay, let me get back to you in a week from today, and you're gonna schedule the call on that original examination call. Let me get back to you a week from today, and I'm going to present you with opportunities, okay? So basically, that call ends. You go on your own time. You do research with Claude. You're going to plug in that Fireflies transcript that you have. You're going to do your research with Claude, find the opportunities for your business. Then when that second call comes about, you meet with the same business owner. You provide them value. You tell them, here are the opportunities we found, the specific opportunities. One of those opportunities might be an automation, by the way. That's the point. And then you do that process, you get the testimonial from them. If you're lucky, you might even be able to sell that automation that you found because the trust is actually there now. So they're more able, they're less resistant to actually changing and making these adoptions. Then with more testimonials, you go to more business owners, you do more audits, and then you're actually in a position to sell those automations. I'm not going so in detail because I just want to talk about the broad concept, but hopefully that delivers some value to you. But if you did like some of the stuff that I talked about in this video, join our AI Hustlers community. It's free, link in the description. We're simply just building together. It's a very unpolished community. We're just looking to join people together doing the same thing. We give some value, but mainly it's just us having fun with each other. So yeah, join that community. Otherwise, like this video, drop a sub, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.